Rise up in the morning, grab a coffee, check your fit. Hit the ground running, but try not to forget. There is a place where you can go to share some puppy hugs. Slow it down and listen in. Have some caffeine with your friends with Java and Jugs. The best way to start your week, to make that AM commute. Have that hot cup in your hand and wearing something cute.
And don't forget, girls,
there is a place where you can go and bring your favorite mug. Slow it down and listen in. Have some caffeine with your friends with Java and Jugs. Rise up to the day ahead, find a place to sit. We saved a special place for you, so try not to forget. There is a place where you can go with sugar, cream, and love. Slow it down and listen in. Have some caffeine with your friends with Java and Jugs. Careful, it's hot. Spend a Monday with your friends with Java and Jugs. We have mocha, vanilla, hazelnut with Java and Jugs. Coming right up.
Good morning, fellow skeptics. And today's word of the day is taco. And for Trump, a nonstop cycle of threats and then turning around and backing down. This was last Wednesday, people. Last Wednesday. And then he goes for negotiation and the art of the deal. But then the chaos is the real outcome. Some would say that the point, as if bankruptcies and failed ventures and lawsuits weren't enough evidence. And every time the market jumps, it sparked accusations and scrutiny about who benefits. All right, welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us, everyone. Yeah.
Happy Monday! Well, as
last
happy
Wednesday.
as it can be, considering. Holy shit!
It's been a wild one.
Last Wednesday.
He can't help himself. It's practically an every week thing. It's like a reoccurring offense with him since he's been in office this past year.
Well, I mean, anything to distract from Mr. Epstein's files, right? But also, like Lil said in the opening, the market's jumping up and down. That's a feature, not a bug, because he knows what he's about to announce before he announces it, and he tells all his cronies every time, we're gonna take Greenland. And so certain stocks are gonna spike and certain stocks are gonna crash, and then they buy those stocks, and then the market goes wild, and then Trump backs off. The fuck are we doing?
Yeah, it's on purpose. Like it's a deliberate thing. We know that behind the scenes, he knows where the money's moving, and his friends absolutely know where they need to move their money.
So I don't know. I'm feeling some kind of way, right? So I have a friend, and Barack Obama wrote a response to some of the killings that was going on in Minneapolis. And my friend responded, and I'm just sitting there like, what do you expect Obama to do? This is who people voted for.
Yeah.
Wait, your friend expects Obama to do something about this?
Yes. And so I kind of want to read what he said, but I don't, but I'm just sitting there like, are you serious?
Dude,
I mean,
if anything, that would have said something like this.
I think anybody should speak up that can, but it doesn't mean that what they say is going to change anything.
If anything, Trump would do the exact opposite of whatever someone thinks Obama should do.
He might get so mad and say, okay, well, let me do extra now, since he said something.
Yeah, if Obama says we need peace, then more war,
Obama.
I'm just sitting there like, are you serious? Like, no. You need to get the people that's in office now and have them do something.
Also,
they're not worrying about them. We didn't have these problems. And I found that Obama deported more people than Trump has right now. But he did it legally.
Yeah.
Weirdly, being competent at things changes how things turn out. Who could have thought? Yes, it's a mystery of the universe. But this is sort of a courage of our convictions moment, because, you know, all through school, elementary school, kindergarten, preschool even, we're told things like the pen is mightier than the sword, and the ideas you spread matter more than the violence you can potentially perpetuate. This is sort of a test of that. We're in a position where so many of us are inclined to pull a 1776 and physically fight back against the tyrannical overreach of government and the actual deaths it is causing. That may not be the wisest course, though, not just for you individually. I know, Patrick Henry, I have but one life to give for my country. But if it really is true that the ideas that we spread can change the world more than the direct action of our fists, this is the time to exercise that and to show just what we can do.
Absolutely. It's time to dig in. And I'm so proud of all the people who've been brave enough to go out there and face ICE, especially knowing that they have carte blanche. I'm not saying they do. I'm saying that Vance is saying that they do, is how I should word that.
Oh, they're acting like it.
Absolutely.
I mean, but sadly, minorities, Black people in this society, Minneapolis is nothing new to us. It's been going on since forever.
I'm sure.
We're just getting, y'all just finally seeing what we're seeing.
Well, I think that's pretty evident.
It's sad that it has to happen like that. Nobody, but that's what it boils down to it.
Well,
I remember being in high school and they took, I don't know if you remember, Malice Green. He was a Detroit case. Malice Green, they beat him with the flashlight because he wouldn't open up his hand.
Well,
I was in high school. I remember seeing that. They was him, leave him alone. Rodney King.
Whomst among us does not remember that ridiculousness? But people are constantly surprised. I mean, hell, even though BLM was the second biggest thing of 2020, people are still surprised to realize that George Floyd was Minneapolis. Like, what do you mean? The people in Minnesota are so nice. Oh, so nice doesn't necessarily mean not racist, though. Like, so many people don't get what racism actually means. It's not saying you're brown and so I'm scared or whatever this nonsense is. It's an underlying belief that a different kind of human isn't fully human because they're not your kind of human. This is the same sort of tribalism that goes into xenophobia and Islamophobia and homophobia and all the other phobias, because it's the same thing. It's you don't look like me, so you can't be a real human. You're not quite fully human, and so your life doesn't matter as much. That's why it's dangerous.
Well, I'm sure you've seen how the police have been reacting, and like the surprise that now their guys have faced the brutality of ICE. Well, yeah, no doubt, bro. Like that's what, like you said, Kelly, that's what Black people have been saying for how long? The brutality of the police, and now the police are feeling it, and now it's a problem. Like the irony is rich. I mean, I don't want anybody to get beat up, but it's kind of like, hello, this has been in your face for how long now?
Be quiet. Don't say nothing. Answer their questions. Don't try to seem hostile. Don't give them anything to make them want to approach you and for them to want to aggravate you. Because I want you to come home alive.
They've already started to replace their "Don't Tread on Me" flags with "Comply or Die" flags. Like, as with so many things, it started as a meme, but then they just started doing it.
Please tread on
They
me.
got the boot all the way in their mouth.
You know, a couple months ago, I was on Politicality, you know, with Joe Robin. And so I was like, they look at you two, quote unquote, and consider y'all white trash. They don't care. Y'all the same, you know, that's what they think. Society, they don't think y'all matter at all.
Sorry.
Y'all don't have the money unless you cis white and got money. You're not irrelevant in this society anymore.
It's true. We can't even say use your white privilege to stand between the cops and the people that they're after, because now they just shoot us too.
Yeah.
You know, and I realize
right.
it's ridiculous that white people are finally up in arms now that they're shooting white people, but at least the white people are finally up in arms, you know?
But the thing is it's not the first time. I've watched several, sadly, instances of white people getting shot by the cops just as much that didn't deserve it, you know, either, you know, just as George Floyd didn't. But I guess now maybe because it's live streamed, maybe that's the difference here, is now it's in our faces and we can't deny.
Because the videos from Mr. Pretty, what a name. But the videos from Mr. Pretty were out instantly. You know, everyone filming it. So, first of all, so many different camera angles, but also they were uploaded right the fuck away because no one trusts the investigation first.
That's exactly why one of the first things that anybody who's in the know says, please record. Be safe about it, but please record. And in this instance, it is absolutely going to make it unequivocal that he did nothing wrong and that they lied from Jump Street about what happened. Like just straight up fabricated a story and narrated it for the public because they knew if they got to the public first, that, you know, we've said that before, and you've said it with the boots and the travel in the world before the truth can ever get its shoes on, whatever. So that's why they're like straight to the press release. That's what they do all the time. First thing they can do is get to the press first.
Because there are still people, first of all, there's still people who trust the government because, as Lindsey Graham says, they're killing the right people, according to them. But also there's people who legitimately will just believe the first story they hear. Future facts doesn't matter. I don't know where the disconnect is, but there's so many people who just believe the first thing they hear uncritically and then shut the door and no more facts are allowed in.
It's funny. I work for, you know, job I work, but I'm under a union. And so I remember one day a few years ago, this newer, might have still been a temp, but the union still was yelling a rate to this person. And I looked around, I was like, who are you talking to? And everybody was like, I shouldn't have said nothing. I was like, let me explain something. We are a union. And if I see something going wrong within my union, I'm going to say something. I don't care who you are. Because if we don't say anything, nothing is going to change. And that goes here now. I'm never going to be silent. And I get backlash a lot of times because I speak up.
I don't care.
Me either. That's why I still do it.
Yep. Go ahead. Say, you can complain about me, but then you like look tragedy in the face and say nothing. Like you're mad at the person who's speaking up about the horrible atrocities, but not mad about the atrocities themselves. Like you can keep that.
They're more
get out of my face.
Like it doesn't matter. It's not your business. It's not your concern till it is your concern. See, people put a blind eye to a lot of stuff going on because it didn't concern them. I'm not going to care about what I'm voting for in this contract for this country because that doesn't affect me. I don't care that Trump's in office because I'm a white person or an Asian person. I'm not black. I'm not black. So I don't care.
Doesn't affect me.
Doesn't affect me. Why should I
Until
care?
it does and it's too late. And now it doesn't matter what color your skin is, they're going to shoot you. They're going to execute you. They're going to be judge, jury, and executioner in the street. It's going to be 7 guys against 1 person. And it doesn't matter. You are going to be painted. I'm saying civilians will be painted as the T word.
I never
Well,
thought that we
it's
were
going to get
in
worse.
1930.
If they don't take drastic action to get their shit under control, it's going to get worse. Mr. Preddy did have a weapon. He was doing all the things to signal he was peaceful to prevent exactly the outcome that happened. Now that people know it doesn't matter what you do, they will still shoot you in the back anyway. They will practice preemptive self-defense. We're going to see people open fire on agents and precipitate street violence. It's inevitable now. They made the bed for this.
I hope not. But
I'm hearing that the Black Panther was out in like Philly and stuff.
So I looked into that. Now I could be wrong.
Saw some videos.
But allegedly,
I saw some pictures of them. I don't know how true that is.
Allegedly, this guy is known for kind of like swapping teams for whatever is like more popular at the time. So that's one thing. 2, allegedly a representative of the originator of the Black Panthers that created it, a niece or something like that, says that he's not affiliated with the Black Panthers. Now, whether or not he is, I don't know. I can't say that, but that's what she's saying, and she's suing them. But allegedly, she's also a Trump supporter. So you can do with that information what you. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know, but I would just be weary of this guy because he also has a lot of I think allegations against him, like doing some like bad stuff. So doesn't mean people can't turn their life around, but I would research into that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to live.
It might bear.
I worry that he is being influenced to walk around with a gun, say who he is, to make a certain group of people look bad, to make it so ICE can say, oh, well, look at who these people are walking around with their guns. Of course we have to shoot. Does that make sense?
I mean, of course, it's conspiratorial kind of thing. I don't think anybody at the White House is that smart. Like, I could see them trying to do a staged rebellion kind of thing. But the Black Panthers, I don't know. Trump is old, but I don't see those cylinders firing together.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh, maybe Miller. He's devious and evil. He could be like, you know what we need? Armed Black people. That'll justify.
The thing is, Amber, there's so many moving parts, and it's sad that we're even in this state where we have to have this conversation and decide whether or not something is conspiratorial. Because everything that he does is just so far-fetched at this point. Why are we even here in America? Land of the free.
Well, that's the thing. It is the machinery, because the topic of the day is that Trump always chickens out, but the machinery of his administration continues grinding our freedoms and our very bones under its treads. He's completely fucking inept. And whenever he takes the wheel, he immediately backs down as soon as there's any trouble. But his Gestapo, his Fourth Reich machine keeps advancing in spite of the fact that he's completely inept. But he did back down from Greenland.
I'm going to respond to Helen Hillsborough. My ex and his wife voted for Trump.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Again, as a white person, I'm not going to comment really on like what Black people do. I just don't think it's my place, but it is confusing to me when when anybody who we know that they would eat their face in a moment, like they would, shake their hand in the front and then stab them in the back. Like I go, huh? Do we not like?
She's a doctor. His wife's a doctor, and it's confusing because most of her patients are elderly. So you're relying on Medicare, stuff that he wants to cut. And you voted for him still. I don't understand that.
Almost like eating your own face.
Exactly. And that's what my oldest told.
Cutting off your nose.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Well, I would like to know what's wrong with them, but we know that this is the point.
We're still trying to figure this shit out. Matt Bernstein from the A Bit Fruity podcast recently had Ashley St. Cloud on, whom you may recall is one of the mothers of Elon's many children that he never talks to. But she also wrote a stupidly transphobic book called Elephants Are Not Birds. And one of the things that made her realize she needed to change her way was that Elon dropped her like a sack of crap because he got what he wanted. So whatever. But also that she realized that her child has a transgender half sister and was like, how can I be making life worse for my son's sister? What am I doing as a parent, you know?
Mhm.
And so she started to deconvert. And I'm a little ishy on these quick deconversion stories, especially from high profile influencers. Maybe she's legit, but remember what happened with Megan Phelps Roper, where she was like, I've worked my way out of the bag of hatred, and then she has J.K. Rowling in her podcast to just produce hours and hours of hate content. You know, it's fucking wild. But
Yeah.
we can study cases like this and try to find out what it is that helps people turn that key to escape the shackles of their ideologies. And in Ashley St. Cloud's case, it partly was being a mother, only partly though. But that helped her realize there's more to it than what happened to her. But she did have to admit it was Elon not holding up his end of the bargain as far as the reproduction contract, that she realized that her face too was very tasty to the leopards. And she said on Matt's podcast, she said it's one of those situations where it really is, it's not a problem until it's a problem for you personally.
Yeah, so true. I can say for me as a mom, that was a large part. Now it didn't happen right away, but that was a large part for me of waking up, because my parents were very strict when it came to how I was raised and what I believed and what I did and who I associated with, etc. I was like, there was no need to do that to me. Like I'm smart. I'm a good person. Like I'm not going to get in trouble to the extent that they feel like I'm going to. So I relaxed myself with my kids, and I didn't drive and instill this God idea and what they had to believe. I let it up to them. And that was for me also almost a willingness to start opening doors to asking questions too. So I totally get the mom part. But maybe it was because they ate her face and that made her realize something. I don't know.
It
I'm
can
hesitant,
be both.
but I'm happy, I guess.
There's the human inclination to want a simple answer, a single simple answer to everything. And when we see a complex situation and we see, there's some people who deconvert from the hate cult, what is the thing that does the trick? And we want there to be like one pill we can offer someone and be like, take the damn red pill and the doors will open and you'll escape to reality. And that would be wonderful, but it doesn't look like there is one, because every high profile case of deconversion like this, it's multifaceted. It's always something like, I'm a mother and I was betrayed by a red hat, it's wild. Austin points out we need to protest, keep protesting, keep escalating, keep disrupting the system and creating pressure. That's how protests actually create change. Partly, the administration is largely ignoring the efforts of protesters, which is eating their own face after a fashion, but that's another thing altogether. I'm not going to say we should call for a national strike. I will say that calling your boss and saying, I'm sorry, I can't make it, there's an ice storm, is an absolutely appropriate thing to do, considering the weather.
Shutting stuff down, job, like I think there's doing a lot of walkouts in Minnesota. So that's a great way to get their attention, because money, you don't want to hurt their pockets. They don't like when people hurt their pockets.
That's the fastest way to get them on board, is to make it apparently obvious that if they choose the wrong side on this, their pocketbook's going to be affected.
Yeah, I know we laughed and talked about this before, but I'm like, can we just leave all the hateful, racist people alone and go somewhere else? But then I'm like, then they'll probably get jealous of how we're living so happy in harmony, and then want to come and invade and take over that too.
I know. Let's just walk away from the whole thing and build our communist paradise.
That's what I'm saying, but they might try to come and invade that as well.
Like, literally, they can't do anything without us. It's not just about hurting their bottom line. It's not just about impacting their pocketbook and affecting a change in policy by creating a greater financial strain on them than on us, just because we've always been poor. We can handle being slightly more poor, but if we stop producing their merchandise, if we stop buying their merchandise, if we grind the growth of the economy to a fucking halt, it hurts them a lot faster. And they know it. Whereas we could go out to the fields and learn farming in a season. We could go out to the forests and relearn how to hunt and gather. Whereas they're so bloated with money as well as fat. Their brains are so soggy with idiocy and self-importance as well as brain worms. They have no fucking chance outside of this kind of exploitative economic system. That's the nature of a parasite. The host can do just fine without the parasite, but the parasite does not last long without the host.
I was looking through Facebook, and so there was a video. I'm dating myself, but of Jenny Jones, and she was talking to this. I don't know who she was talking to, but she was like, if you want to be racist, go ahead and be racist, but don't use anything that a minority created. And this was like from the 90s, whatever. And so people in the comment of the girl who reposted the little clip, you're racist. How do you get that from what she said?
Right? If you have an attitude or feel some type of way about it, likely
look in the mirror.
The likely that you have sensitivity to it is because you're doing something that is similar to racism, adjacent at least. You know what I mean? The point is, if you don't respect, okay, let's say you don't respect Mexican people, why the F are you going out
on tacos?
Yeah, why are you celebrating Cinco de Mayo? Why are you wearing a hat? Like, why are you doing, like, that's so weird to me. That's where like the cultural appropriation is. Just using it as a costume for funsies doesn't mean anything to you.
I eat fish and chips all day. Enjoying a culture and appropriating a culture. For example, Chinese New Year that's coming up in a little bit. Lunar New Year. As a general rule, Chinese people are very open and welcoming. They're like, come enjoy our festival with us. It's a really cool festival, and it is a really cool festival. It's participating in someone else's celebration of culture isn't the same as appropriating the culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like on St. Patrick's Day, everyone is Irish. There's a few Irish people that irks. They're like, oh, the rest of the year we need not apply. We're fucking potato people. But on St. Patrick's Day, now everyone else is us. But I'd say the majority of Irish people are still down for that. Even those of us who don't like St. Patrick, we're like, it's cool that people like Irish people for a change, because that wasn't always the case in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, my shirt says "Kiss me, I'm not Irish," so.
Like that. I'm not Irish, but if you want to kiss me,
I'm not Irish. That's what my shirt says.
I don't really care for St. Patty's Day, but anyway.
I think about drinking.
Yeah, right. That's
my favorite holiday.
Having drinks, but I can do that anytime.
Yeah.
So at Lilith, what were you saying specifically last week was what Trump tacoed about. I mean, I have things that I wrote down, but I know he tacoed about recent. Okay, Greenland.
It was Greenland was Wednesday. We covered it on politicality on Thursday, and then we had this massive ice storm that swept across the U.S. And then we had all this. Like, it hasn't even been a week. It hasn't even been a week.
Right. It's wild to me. Like, I'm looking, Mondays are when I try to schedule shows for the coming week, and I just did an In Other News about Greenland on Wednesday. And I'm like, was it only Wednesday? Because time moves so fast. That's intentional. It's to keep us all exhausted. Because if we're exhausted, we're emotionally maxed out, we're stressed, it reduces our ability to do things. That's why if going to a protest is all you can do, great, you're doing something. And it's a very low spoons effort. It costs fewer. It does cost spell slots, don't get me wrong, but it costs fewer because you can just go and then be there and then you've done a thing,
I'm just sitting there like, has he ever taken a geography class?
No.
Because he said the reason he wants to get Greenland is because he doesn't want Russia and China. But it's in like 55 miles between Russia and Alaska. But it's like 1,500 between the United States and Greenland. That makes sense.
He kept switching up between Greenland and Iceland.
Because he don't know the difference.
Well,
he doesn't know the
fairness,
difference.
There is, onsetting mid-stage dementia going on. So it may not be that he doesn't not know the difference, but rather he can't keep reality straight. I mean, that's been an issue since his first term.
There's also the thing
it's getting worse fast.
And then we talked about Biden. And he ain't he doing the same thing. Pot calling the kettle black.
Yep, probably because they knew that Trump was already on a downward spiral. So they thought, well, if we just point the finger more, because every accusation is really a confession. If we point the finger more at Biden, when they do it back to us, we'll say, oh, it was just because we did it to Biden. They'll just have that out. They love.
And here's the thing: Biden's not fucking office right now.
He's
and I don't matter.
Trump a little bit
blamed Biden for COVID. Trump was president during COVID, but he still blames. It's a trick they used the first time. Everything is Obama's fault. Now, it's true in politics, everything is always the previous guy's fault. But in Trump's first presidency, it was literally like he blamed Obama for 9/11. Obama wasn't even a senator then, let alone president. So what the fuck? It was wild. But that's what he started to do. So now everything is Biden.
Greenland, Iceland, Poland, Thailand, Switzerland. He'll take any of them as long as it's land.
Why do we keep putting land? I suppose I shouldn't complain. At least those other countries have actual names. Our nation, the United States of America, it's a collection of states. It's a union of states on the continent of North America. It doesn't have a fucking name, though. That's just a description. So we didn't even bother to name our country. Like, we're not even the Democratic Republic of North Uzbekistan or what. Like, it's just there's a bunch of states, and here they are.
Did you hear Trump say to I forget which outlet, or maybe to all of them, I forget, that we didn't need to have upcoming voting. We didn't need it.
He said that the last time, that if you vote this time, you won't have to vote ever again.
And then
he's been getting more insistent about it. Because that's how he always starts out. It always starts with a joke, and then he does it.
Yeah, if you vote this time, you ain't got to vote again.
Pam Bondi's apparently sent Tim Walz a message that essentially said, if you will hand over your unredacted voter rolls, which is all their voter information, we will back off ICE. Fuck you. No, they're trying to steal the election. Like, that's what they're being overt about it now. I mean,
but that's also a tell, right? because the fact that Bundy wants it shows us she doesn't have it. So they don't have as much information as we've been led to believe. They don't have as complete a database as they've been trying to say. Palantir and Elon's agency and all that shit. It's probably just AI hallucinations like everything else they do. It's not nearly as complete as they want to pretend.
I think one of the reasons that they're pushing, like Democrats, I mean, again, conspiratorial, but one of the reasons that they're pushing Democrats to continue to fund ICE and you say, well, oh, we're going to get cameras for them, is because that will make it easier now to start identifying people because of all these ICE agents, just like the police who can, see where they are, see who's at these protests and whatnot. And to start the database on the people they really want at first, which is anybody who's willing to stand up for their rights. Conspiratorial, but you're welcome. I'll take my hat off now.
All right.
Foil.
It's the conspiracy theme song is a wonderful time to take our first break. We have more breaks, thanks in large part to Jess from How to Rule an Asteroid. We love
Jess
her.
is
She's
amazing.
Subscribe to her channel where she makes really cool stuff like videos about extinct things. How to Rule an Asteroid. But enjoy this Java flavored break. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Welcome back to Java and Jugs, the show where the coffee is hot, the takes are hotter, and nobody's pretending a talking snake wrote public policy. We're stepping away for a quick bio break. Stretch your legs, refill your mug, question authority, the basics. When we're back, we'll be poking holes in bad arguments, mythological thinking, and the kind of logic that collapses if you look at it too hard. From religion to politics to whatever fresh nonsense wandered onto the timeline today, Java and Jugs. No prayers, no prophets, just caffeine, critical thinking, and a deep respect for evidence. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this completely secular pause.
Oh, that sexy, sexy coffee.
I want some coffee down my throat right now. What? Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Whew, don't know what I was thinking after all them boobs.
But inquiring minds want to know what type of coffee are we?
Oh yes, we were going to talk about that. What kind of coffee are we? I want to know, like, what would you brand yourself?
Caramel mocha.
Your caramel mocha?
Oh, what coffee would I be?
Yeah, like if I had to go into a coffee shop, a premier coffee shop, and I wanted to buy the Ember Special, what am I gonna get?
I don't know, vanilla bean with lavender.
Crunchy coffee? No, I'm just kidding. What about you, Lil? What do you get? What do you like? What you think?
Probably like hazelnut or something.
You're a hazelnut?
I do a lot of hazelnut. I couldn't get to the coffee store this morning. I'm so mad.
Ooh.
There's 3 inches of ice. Okay, so for people who do not know, I live in Texas. There is 3 inches of ice outside. It is solid ice. You can't go anywhere. We are stuck.
Call me when you get
I got the snow. Whew.
No, it's not even snow. It is solid ice.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad Michigan got snow. Thank you.
We got snow. We got snow yesterday, and it melted just slightly enough in the sun that it turned to ice overnight. So yeah, it's 3 inches of solid ice right now.
Oof. This morning I was up at like 5:30.
Yeah.
I was up at 5:30 and it was like, I don't know. It was almost up to my knee in some places. That's how deep it was. Little Miss Pickles was having trouble.
In fairness, I understand that 3 inches is quite a lot for a red state.
A whole lot.
I mean, like I said, this isn't snow. This is ice. This is solid ice.
Which is even worse than freaking snow. Gosh, ice. That's when you're breaking your neck.
We tend to get, and this is one thing that my ex never understood is like we will get snow occasionally, but we tend to get ice. We tend to get the worst of it. We get the freezing rain and the sleet and where everything turns like to solid ice. And yeah, it's 3 inches of solid ice. So we have no idea when it's going to melt enough that we can safely go out.
Oh dear.
For a solid slab of ice, yes.
Yes. Cannot take that much ice. Do you know what I heard? What I thought was funny is when Levitt, just because we were talking about Trump saying we wouldn't need to vote, is saying he was being facetious. That's what she said. He was
they all
He's so funny, you guys. He's a jokester. You know that jokester doesn't mean it.
Real quick, I gotta tell this while we're still not far from the weather. So my dog Kit is a half lab, half Newfoundland. Huge ass dog. You would think she wouldn't mind the snow. She goes outside, puts 2 paws on the ice, slips, and hightails it back inside. It's like, nope. I have not been able to get her to go back outside since.
She's not a dummy. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to be out there either. I mean, if I was a dog, I would literally be out the front step, a couple feet, done, and back in the house. I'm good with that.
I've never seen Sugar use the bathroom as fast.
Oh, really? Did she do the same?
She used the bathroom. She's like, are you finished? Did you have to go to the bathroom as fast as you came back?
I'm good. No worries, Mom. No worries. Now Miss Pickles, she's stuck in the snow and still don't care, trying to drag me down the road. And I couldn't walk through some of it, like because some of the sidewalks weren't shoveled. It's too deep for me. I was like, I'm sorry, but we got to go back home. Mommy's too old for this. It's like 5:30 a.m. I'm too old. I'm too tired. I can't lift my legs up that high for that long. Like 5 minutes and I was out of breath. You know, just like that high stepping, like trying to climb up the. Anyway, like you guys need to know that. Oh, but listen, you guys, wait. I just want to show you. Well, hopefully it works. Boom. Anytime I get my conspiracy on, I'm going to use the little.
Oh, goodness.
Since I like to do it so often, I might as well have it handy.
Hell yeah, that's what a soundboard is for. Oh, I miss my soundboard. I still have to rebuild it, but like every time I have time, I'm like setting up new shows instead, you know?
You do a lot of work. I mean, you do your show 5 days, and then sometimes you're making the stuff for this show on Monday on top of it, plus your other
And
shows.
Transfactual and another news, and sometimes just a regular bonus Ember. And then there's the stuff on the other channels that I just
and somebody
we're
else.
trying to put together the call-in show, right? For Jav and Jugs. That those of you not subscribed to Jav and Jugs, make sure you subscribe to that channel because our new call-in show will go on that channel. It's
is that where you're doing it?
Also, it'll be content that's only there. So join us there because that's where you get to see the cool thing that's about to happen once we get all our ducks in a row. We have the technology. We tested it coincidentally on Wednesday last week. It worked.
It was great.
Oh my god. That was Wednesday. Wow.
But we getting two of us in a room together at the same time that isn't first thing Monday morning is kind of challenging. So we don't know when, which is why you should ring the notification bell, because whenever it pops up, it's like the Night Circus, Aaron Morgenstern's novel. It arrives without warning. It just bloop is there one night.
Yeah, some weird person called because they bring their dog to church.
And while you're subscribing to things, subscribe to all of our cast members' channel, because every single one of us has a channel and we do nifty things. We do different nifty things. In fact, we were talking a little bit about my stuff, but we mentioned at the start of the show how to rule an asteroid produces cool stuff. Extinct Explained is one series she does, but there's other stuff over there. It's a very cool channel. You definitely should subscribe. And also Ryan does ex-cultist stuff, conspiracy stuff, and generally questioning the bullshit that we're all told. It's almost like Shelley Siegel's song was written for you, you know?
Hey, thanks.
If you haven't met Shelley Siegel, she's amazing.
Really?
That. Yeah.
It's a dream, but she's from Australia, I believe.
She lives in Los Angeles
every few years.
Oh, cool.
She lives in LA now. Yeah.
That's handy.
Yeah. So if you're gonna, I don't know if she's gonna be here this year, but last year she was at the Revival of the Reason that we give in Atlanta. She was there.
Cool. Yeah, we all do our own little things, our little specialty interests, which are not so little. I mean, they're kind of wide at times, but encompass kind of like the same ideas, I guess you should say.
Yeah, and my little birdie.
Come back to thinking. Sorry, go ahead, Kelly. My
little
bad.
Birdie told me that you're helping with a promo. It's another situation.
You need to be more specific. There's a lot of things going on.
I didn't want to really say, but you're helping with a promotional. Black non-believers, promotional with different things.
Oh, do you mean me?
Yes, but I said you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to Ryan.
I said
yes,
you.
yes.
Yeah,
that's another one. So I've been trying to help promote IRL events for the secular community. Like last year, I did an interview with Joe about the ARC protest, and then I did an interview with SR about NanoCon. This year, I want to do more. So I'm working with Mandisa to try to do promotions for Black non-believers events, CCon, and I forget the name of the other one. Fuck. It'll come to me, but it's morning. I need more coffee. I'm talking to the BajaCon people to help them like do their promotion stuff better. We're GE with Rocket City Reason. So definitely subscribe to my channel, not just because we do cool stuff damn near every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Baby. But because of the cool stuff coming up, like the in-depth exploring what's coming up at live events this year. And if you run a live event, contact me and we'll see if we can do some promo stuff for you too, because all the cool kids are coming over to Better Than Ember's channel. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. All the cool kids. All of them.
Are you doing the ARC protest
Rainbow
this year?
asks, am I doing the ARC protest this year? I have not been asked. I'm doing promo on my channel, but as far as going to events physically myself, I haven't been asked. And I don't know if somebody did ask what I would say, because as you may be aware, travel is very hard at the moment. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Bree
Well,
has joined us. Hello, Bree. How are
Bree.
you this morning?
Can you hear us?
Good morning. I am here. I am not camera ready though, so y'all gonna have to deal with this little picture of me. But I look hot in this picture, really. So that's
Well,
fine.
just
It's true.
imagine.
I love that picture.
I
Keep
know.
going.
I can just stare at it all
sorry,
day.
I'm late. I was had a weird
That's not
sleeping
true.
schedule.
Me either, Dr.
What
Kip.
would you want? What would you like to do?
I ask both of you to my channel from time to time.
I asked
In fact,
Dr. Quick to my channel, and he's like, "Nah, I'd rather go do something else." And I was like, "Fine."
Jeez, Dr. Kip, come on, man. How rude.
Right? It's like he had this New Year's or something. He had something going on. It was more important than me, obviously.
Really? Oh my
I'm
God.
still recovering. My heart's still broken. But we were going to talk
Why
about.
don't get asked to do anything? Meanwhile,
we're going to talk about Goliath, from the Bible and how big he was. Because there's
my.
lots and lots of videos about it with evangelical people speculating on how tall the dude was. So
I want to know how big he was.
biblical expertise. Yeah, you want to know how
Inquiring
big
minds
he
want to
was,
know. How big was he? Like, was he conservative? Was he medium?
Was he a grower or a shower is the important question.
How many spears length? How many spears lengths was he? Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 3 inches or?
Yeah, he
Oh my
wasn't even
gosh.
that tall, I don't think.
Oh
if
my
he,
goodness.
if it was even.
Yes, Dr. Kip, I know exactly what you mean. It can be frustrating. Because you have knowledge, you have expertise, you have something you can offer, and then it seems like the people who actually get asked to do things are the people who will stay at the hotel and then not show up for their speech, for example. Not to name any particular name, but it's disappointing that people who have a large perceived footprint but not necessarily anything of value to say get the spotlights, whereas people who have in-depth, really useful, really cool knowledge get overlooked. And it's weird. I understand why event planners do that, because they see channel size. They say, oh, this person has a big channel, they'll be a big draw, they're going to get us a lot of ticket sales. That's not always how it works, though. Often people, especially at secular events, especially at free thought events, especially at reason-focused events, they prize knowledge and expertise. They want these events to expose them to people they haven't heard of because their digital footprint is smaller than some of the giant channels and they don't get any algorithm traction. We know the algorithm sucks and has been hiding all the cool people from us. So we want the humans to show us the cool people.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part. It's like they do the same, it's like the same cycle, the same product, is they stick with the people that are known versus trying to find anybody new to bring to.
I gotta say, as many of you know, I run a Comic-Con every summer, the first weekend June in Watertown, New York. And, in case anyone's wondering, we try to do like a VidCon Northeast sort of thing. Like our first year in the arena, our first year we did it in a zoo because, plague and things. We wanted open air and plenty of space. But our first year in the arena, we made a point of featuring TikTok creators because TikTok was still little known at the time. Now we do sort of a balance between YouTube and TikTok creators occasionally. Like last year, we had the Amazing Digital Circus. So we've got some streaming service stuff coming in. But the idea is, while we have a headliner who's like a huge draw, we make sure that they also have something to say. And if you've ever seen the cast of Amazing Digital Circus, they have some things to say. But then we also make sure the other featured guests are people that you may not be aware of and we believe our audience anyway would benefit from. And I only have my event as a data point, but I can say based on the fact that we sell more tickets than any other event in our section of the country, it kind of seems to be working. I don't know.
You're not bragging. You're just saying.
No, I'm deliberately trying to not brag. I know
you're not, but you're telling the truth. It works.
There's a better way for event organizers to do things, and that I have receipts that show it works. That people like it when they get to see new things, you know, rather than the same thing they always see.
We like different. Some things we don't like change with, but I think when it comes to entertainment and messaging, I think we like to change it up and hear new stuff.
Yeah, do we get Bilbo'd? That's right. We're gonna have Dapper come and do a Bilbo at you.
Exactly what's gonna happen. You better hit that right now.
How does it go? It's been a minute. I know less than half of you as well as I might like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve.
Who said that?
Bilbo.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
It's a thing that Dapper Dinosaur does when the attendance in a stream is less than half, or when the likes in a show are less than half the attendance, then he gets out the less than half thing that Bilbo said.
I see. Yeah, I don't know what the I'm not good with numbers, but just hit the like.
Bilbo's 1100th birthday party, but it's not Ember's 1100th birthday party, so I don't know why she's trying to Bilbo it.
It's true. I'm not nearly as old as Dapper. He's like
Dapper
68
maybe 1100. Yeah. Dapper's 1100th birthday is like way in the past. It was still in the Cretaceous when that bro was celebrating his. Well, maybe it would have been in the Jurassic since his Ceratosaurus.
11st.
That's
Blow out
right.
the candle. Candles. That's a lot of candles. 11st. I don't know if I have enough candles for that kind of cake. I'm sorry,
We
guys.
may need more candles. Anyway, continuing introductions. Bree, what do you do on your channel?
I talk about cryptozoology and woo mostly. And I generally try to debunk it. I wish I could find some real woo or real cryptozoology. That'd be awesome. But it all comes back to being woo and hoaxes and misidentifications and stuff. But if you want to watch me break everything down, break down Bigfoot videos or EVP recordings and stuff like that, come hang out on Live from the Hive every Saturday morning, and we'll crack that egg open.
Cracking eggs over there. You love to see it.
I am a professional at cracking eggs. I have so many eggs in my basket right now. It's not even funny.
Are you a chicken?
No, I'm a trans mom, so that means that everybody, when they decide that they're trans but don't want to come out publicly, they tell me instead.
Oh, so you're spreading your wings and pulling all the little chiclets under.
Been doing it for years. I have some pretty famous eggs. Planer Walk was my egg. Planer Walk came out to me.
Planer Walk didn't hide all that well.
No, but yeah.
Actually, it was a bit of a game for Nikki. She kept putting actual eggs in her videos for like 2 years before she finally came out.
One of my eggs is also Evan Rachel Wood's, I guess sister would be the proper way to put it. The actress Evan Rachel Wood's sister is one of my eggs. We've been friends forever, though.
Neat.
Yeah.
I don't know these names.
Tell me about having Marilyn Manson at their family Christmas and stuff. It was crazy.
Oh, Dr. Kip has a question for you, Bree. He says, where were you on Saturday night? I needed someone to explain to me why people working in the fashion industry are the only ones who can see a ghost's feet. Is this a fetish? I'm confused.
It's a thing on Budget Scripture Saturday. He had who was that crazy person? David Falk. So first of all, y'all should subscribe to Dr. Kip too. obviously, I assume everyone here already knows that.
Already,
But
been there,
If
done
you don't
that.
know,
yeah.
now you know.
That's right. Budget Scripture Saturday nights, Dr. Kip's Place. This week was Nitty and the Weasels, and I think it was David Falk. And he was talking about how 95% of the time, he has data, folks, but 95% of the time, ghosts don't have feet unless the deceased was like super obsessed with fashion and like shoe design. So they have to have feet to have their ghost shoes. Otherwise, they just don't have feet. And it's just wild. Like so many layers of bullshit.
It all makes sense now. Like if you had, so like say you were like a gun nut, right? Like an ammosexual. In the afterlife, you'd be like loaded down with guns, right? You'd be like armed to the teeth because you were obsessed with it. So whatever you're obsessed with becomes your afterlife.
That becomes your afterlife. Okay. I think that's a good conspiracy. Yeah, I like that. I think that fits right in.
The religious
kind of goes with the
Beetlejuice
lore too, from what I understand.
What if religion actually is a cover-up? What if people did figure out what really awaits after death and they made up religion to hide the truth, and only later did it get repurposed for controlling the masses and whatnot? You know, in an evolutionary fashion, people are like, yes, it does this, but it can also do this. But what if it actually did start as a conspiracy?
Wait, do I have to play the music again? Just in case. Just in case.
Be careful with that track too. Someone did my woo thing on my channel the other morning, and it got me a copyright claim. I had to erase it.
Oh, do.
That's
crazy. Mine's a lot longer than yours though, so maybe I just need to shorten it down.
Well, I'll find another one just in case. Just in case.
But also, wherever the hell you're watching this, send super chats and things to help compensate for the inevitable demonetization when the bot gets their hands on this.
I'm gonna get us, folks.
Send your money now.
Hell yeah.
I'm hoping that Brie and I can work together in this month.
We are working together this month.
Okay, I'm making sure.
Well, this coming month, not this month, but next month, February.
Yeah.
February.
We're gonna do some like plantation ghosts and stuff from the old South. Talk about some racism while we're at
Lake Lanier.
So.
Oh yeah,
the one in front of the lake.
Yeah.
That's the amount of people that die in Lake Lanier. Yee, I would love to go swimming there.
It's gonna be fun, and we're gonna make it fun. It's also gonna be educational.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun. Anything was still gonna be fun anyway, though.
Yeah, it was always
it's just inevitably.
And speaking of fun, for Black History Month coming up, join us next Monday. For once, we actually already have the thing prepared. It was a thing that Kelly suggested on Martin Luther King Day. PragerU versus Martin Luther King. We're going to take a look at that. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing at all.
I'm sure it'll be fine. So make sure you're subscribed for that as well. Always hit the subscribe button an odd number of times. Double check. Sometimes YouTube unsubscribes you. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you prefer to watch. And speaking of that, Kelly, you were starting to tell us what you do on your channel.
Yes. Basically, I do two things. One, I talk with secular activists or those who have an important story to tell. Also, I talk to others who may have left mainstream religion, but are a pagan in some sense. And why did they come up with that?
Heretics.
Yeah, part. So that's what I do. Besides, I do a lot of visiting on other channels. I'm gonna be on Punk Apostates on Sunday.
Ooh, Brentley's so much
his
fun.
channel. Yeah, so trying to do a lot of dipping my feet in a lot of different avenues and stuff like that.
Good for you, spreading your wings.
Yeah, spreading my wings and stuff.
You do it, and you do a
Still
lot of like
trying to stay
organizing
afloat
and
with the
coaching
actual
too.
local Black non-believers group I
Mhm.
run as well.
If
Yep.
Kelly had wings, would they be bird wings, bat wings, or butterfly wings? Maybe.
Or
I think
dragonfly wings.
dragonfly
More
wings.
like bat
Actually.
wings.
You think
You like
bat
bat
wings?
wings?
More like
Bat
bat
I'd probably
wings.
have bat wings.
I need wings stronger than those, unless like a hawk wings or something like that. I need some strong wings.
Well, we make them proportional to carry you, Kelly. Don't you worry about that. We're not going to leave you behind.
Well, I would like a Pegasus or something.
Bat wings and dragon wings are kind of the same format of wing.
Yeah.
It's just the number of toes they have on the end of the hand.
Yeah. I think dragon wings might be cool. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that'd be
personally
real cool.
would be down for butterfly wings.
We
You
love
look
you too,
adorable with
Helen.
butterfly wings. Ooh, maybe I could have moth wings like Mothman.
Oh, that'd
I
be
would like
cool.
butterfly wings, but I'm too rough and rugged, and I'd rip through them things. So I
Pterodactyl
need something
wings.
stronger. Pterodactyl, I'd take pterodactyl wings.
Ryan would shred her butterfly wings. She's not allowed to have something so delicate.
Yeah, it would not be good.
She needs
I'd
like
be out in the rain. I'd do something dumb like go out in a storm or something and just
You
F
She's
them
like
all
got
up.
end up
15 wings
throwing
or
them back
something
together,
to
and they'd end up with like this patchwork marvel, and people would be like, "How did you get pockets into your wings?"
I would definitely have pockets in my wings. No doubt about that. Wing pockets and everything. That includes wings. Oh, Jason Jacoby says F-14 Tomcat wings. Oh, shoot.
the kind of wings that just like
That would
fold
get
out,
industrial.
just like
That's what
Falcon,
Ryan needs.
right?
She's
Transformer.
Be a transformer
Yeah.
at this point.
I want to be okay. Sorry, let's transform. That's what I want. I want a little button.
Butterfly
I'll push
in
it.
the sky.
Decepticons.
Ryan Starscream.
I love Starscream.
Fantastic.
One of my favorites. I love the voice. I love everything about it. So boom, I'm a little
Yes.
tape cassette, whatever the hell. Yep, that's me.
Are we going to
Amber is
rebrand
going
the
to be
show?
Rainbow
The
Dash,
now?
the pony. Have little
My
Rainbow
alternate
Dash
me.
wings.
Oh, good morning, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Better late than never.
Speaking of Kelly, he's gonna be on my show. Him and the Godless Granny.
The Godless Granny, yes.
Yes,
Kellys.
Godless Granny. Yes,
The
it will be
Council of
on
Kellys.
my show on Thursday. No, not Thursday, Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
28th. Yep.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Okay, so this Thursday, make sure you subscribe.
No,
to
Wednesday. I'm not do it on Thursday because that's a politicality day. But
Okay.
Wednesday be on my show Wednesday. I will not never step on my Lil's toes.
Oh,
Aw.
the love.
Somebody
The love.
else I might, but not her.
Oh, for sure. So anybody who wants to find all these, Kelly's channel is Detroit Atheist Queen 24/7. But if you want a link, betterthanumber.com. All of our channels are here on the right side, and all these other creators that we're mentioning as well, like Brentley and Dr. Kip, are in this list on the left. These
That's a
are
good
all
one.
the channels I wish I'd known about sooner. Mostly skeptical, humanist sort of thing, but as far as our cast is on the right side here. So yeah.
I also want to plug AJ
You got
Racy
something here,
Human.
buddy?
She had a great video with Elliot Cantor, the investigator.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, please, like she said, follow her as well and watch that video.
Yeah, Ways to Human channel.
And go to the
yeah.
comments.
Yeah, definitely comment, because
Yeah.
there's some
Let them know that you
weird comments.
appreciate-
Like, so,
Yeah.
who the hell goes to a video about safety at live events and tries to bully people? Like, you're the reason there's no safety, bestie. Why are you bullying people?
You're who
in
we
the
need
comments
safety
on a video
from,
about
sir.
safety?
Exactly.
It's
But I thank you,
ridiculous.
AJ, for posting that video and talking to Elliot Cantor. That was appreciated.
So she did talk to the Elliot Cantor, the investigator.
Yes, not the
The
attorney.
real flavored one, yeah.
Did they cover the slander against Elliot Cantor and the claims about him that were said by other channels recently? Because I know some people were saying some nasty shit about him that wasn't true.
No,
Like
they
that
did
he was
not
like a
mention
rape attorney
anything
and
about
stuff like that.
They did not
How do you-
mention any individual actual stories.
Yeah.
He talked
pardon
generically.
Pardon me. Can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
No.
Hide user channel. That's how you block, right?
Yeah.
On what now? Through StreamYard?
On YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube.
The Vance regime.
Yeah, you click on the name, and then at the bottom of the list it says hide user on this channel.
I thought so, but it's been so long since I've blocked
It's not the same as blocking it with your personal account.
Okay.
You'll still see them on other channels, but it'll prevent them from being a nuisance on that specific channon.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
You've succeeded, but I thought his comment was funny about the Vance regime. Like, do these people really think that Vance is going to win the 2028 election? Either Trump's going to win or going to run again, or I don't even know if there's going to be a 2028 election the way things are going. But seems like we're like aiming for the if we're in a state of war, you can suspend elections sort of thing. That's the goal they're going for.
That's what it feels like, the chaos.
But
if they can just keep the chaos going, then they can hide all the destruction and devastation that they're causing.
But honestly, I don't even think that they would choose Vance as their candidate if
they wouldn't.
If Trump doesn't.
It's,
I think they'd pick somebody different, somebody more. Go ahead. Go ahead, Will.
The thing that I've said, and I've said this about MAGA and all this stuff, is after Trump is no longer in the picture due to whatever reason, MAGA is going to fall apart. You have like 5 different factions led by 5 different people, and they cannot agree on freaking anything. The only person who has ever been able to hold this together is Trump himself. That's it. Once he is no longer in the picture, it's going to be impossible, because Vance has incredibly bad approval ratings. Nobody likes him. He has no charisma whatsoever. Half of MAGA hates Fuentes and the whole like Nazi wing of it, and then you'll have like the Ben Shapiro wing, and then you have the Turning Points USA wing. There's
and
multiple.
Candace.
Yeah.
There's a lot more division than unification right now. They've really splintered. I mean, I'm kind of shocked that they did, but they really did splinter.
The only thing they have in
thank
common
Israel
is
for that.
Yay,
Israel will destroy it.
Sorry, I just can't bring myself to thank Israel for anything.
Yeah. Well, if they destroy MAGA, that's one thing.
They are good at destroying things. I'll give them credit there.
Vehicle. That's going to cut off their nose to spite their face, because MAGA vehicle into this country right now. If they screw that up, they're going to be hard pressed.
Yeah, the only thing that they have in common is the people they hate, and they can put aside some of that hatred long enough to work together for Trump's sake, but once that's no longer there, they're going to splinter like mad. I mean, I've been sitting here watching it happen for the last 2 or 3 years, and it has only gotten so much worse in the last like 3 to 6 months. It's bad. It's really
Trump has proven that a charismatic liberal with the proper levels of influence can completely sway the Republican Party to be his own personal army. That's crazy, because Trump is a liberal. I mean, he's a like the worst kind of liberal, but he's a liberal. He's a freaking theater queen. He loves musical theater and stuff like that. He's not the conservative tough guy that they pretend he is. He's a soft theater guy. Loves musicals. If you go to the White House now, you'd likely hear Phantom of the Opera playing, especially if he's upset. Things like things about his appearance really offend him, which is not like a manly thing either. But I could go on about what a liberal queen that Trump really is. The fact that he
wears more makeup than I ever have, and I'm like, what the fuck?
He cares more about his appearance.
The entire Republican Party, and there was resistance. How JD Vance was resistant to him. All his little arm candy were resistant to him, but they all fell in line once they realized that he wasn't. You all remember the debates in 2015?
Mm-hmm.
How him shredding all those, like, the debates in 2015.
Yeah.
He was up there with all the conservative candidates. Who was up there? Just when he called Ted Cruz's wife fat and ugly, and he roasted them all, like just and now they just like kiss his boots. It's crazy. And he is.
Yeah.
I repeat again, Trump is a liberal.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I do remember that. It is interesting to watch the pivot. You know, it's like the guy who came in the chat, like this is the same person who probably said, "Don't tread on me," but now he tastes the silicone in his mouth, like because he's just sucking on it so hard.
And that's what I was getting at. They're always like, "Oh, the left are coming for your guns." It's always been the kind of the liberal centrist position. You go far enough left, you get your gun back. You know, that's just the way that the spectrum works. But Trump being what he is actually got the conservative party to be like, open carry bad. You shouldn't bring guns to. These are the people who raided the White House, or not the White House, sorry, the Capitol building with AR-15s are now saying, why would you bring a handgun to a protest?
Yeah.
The same exact people. And the thing is you don't own these MF streets. Somebody could just be walking. He could have been just walking home from the hospital because he's a nurse at the VA. Who knows? And he just happened to see something, decided he wanted to record it
yesterday.
If you see a woman get shoved down by a group of men on an icy street, and you're most of us are going to step over to help. I mean, I don't know if MAGA people would step over to help her, but most of us decent people would step over to give her a hand up. And as soon as he stepped over there, pepper spray in the face. He's huddling over the woman trying to protect her from getting pepper sprayed. Tells them he's got to conceal and carry. They put the motherfucker on the ground and take his weapon away and execute him in the streets. Sorry, I'm very passionate and upset about this.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It was execution.
No, you're right to be upset.
Mm-hmm. And that's on purpose. It's like
that
you were
was the
saying,
death of our Second Amendment rights right there. That was the end.
We had video of that sort of thing yesterday. Also, there was a protest going outside one of the ICE buildings, and a woman with a cane was on the far side of the street, just walking along the sidewalk. And a dozen ICE agents bolted out of the building, ran across the street past all the protesters, tackled her, and dragged her inside the building. Like she had nothing to do with anything, and they just went and nabbed her. And there's all these people with video cameras. That's the point, is they want you to see the cruelty. Mm-hmm. So you be afraid, because it doesn't inspire fear if you're not watching, you know?
Mm-hmm. All you have to do is inconvenience those agents, and they will execute you, is the message that we're getting. If your car is parked at an inconvenient angle, if you're trying to help someone who just got knocked down, who they just knocked down, stand back up, you are now worthy of execution. There's things that we do every day that ICE would execute us for, and these motherfuckers would be like, "Yeah, should have complied." Like, that's
an after the fact excuse, right? Like they will just shoot us anyway, and then they'll come up with whatever to justify it.
It's post hoc, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they know that. Go ahead, Brie.
Oh, I was just going to say that the Kyle Rittenhouse situation that these people seem to have forgotten just a few years ago, they won over in that situation. They won the courts over to say, this person had a rights to carry a gun to a protest as their Second Amendment right. And now they're wanting to flip-flop on it. What is our conservative Supreme Court to do?
Yeah, that's such a good point, Brie, is the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing. And he crossed state lines to bring a gun to intentionally shoot a protester. Yet this man was he was a licensed carrier. It's an open carry state. Am I correct? So there's nothing that he did improper, and he didn't even have his hands on the weapon. He abided by the law.
Gun. They took it out of the holster.
They knew they disarmed him, and they still decided to, while he was face down, what was it, 7 shots? I think I heard 10, maybe shots. I heard 10. Yes, 10. Sorry. I mean, excessive much. That's the intentional terror that they want to put into people.
it's really, really important that we remember there's not even an attempt to be coherent. There's no semblance of coherency. It is just straight up double standards. It is bad faith dishonesty, and it's on purpose. The point is to tell you there is no justice, because at the same time they're saying, oh, Second Amendment doesn't apply if it's ICE, I guess. Kyle Rittenhouse is posting photos of him with a fucking gat saying, I need to bring this to Minneapolis this time to deal with the problem up there. And all the MAGAs are big fans, like we've got one person completely in compliance with Second Amendment and local regulations, and another person who's just violating all the laws and blatantly intending to do it again. And the same people are saying he should have complied and he should go do it. Like, they're showing you the double standard, partly to get you worked up with incensed righteousness about the blatant injustice, but partly to show you there is a double standard. There is no justice for you. There is no justice. It's we do what we want, and if you don't like it, we will kill you.
Yeah.
That's the message.
And like a mob
brings us back.
It's a mob.
This also brings us back to like the George Floyd situation, right? Where it's like, oh, well, this guy was had this criminal record and stuff like that. So it justifies executing him in the streets. They're trying to do that with this fella too. He was interrupted. He was interfering with federal agents by helping a lady stand up. And what?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like these men have
no matter whether you're career criminal or you're a freaking hero helping old ladies cross the street. You don't get the government does not get to execute you in the street at all, ever. It's never an option.
No, that should never be a thing. That should never be normalized. And I'm pissed off to see so many dudes coming into the chat and like, yeah, I like this. Yeah, my D is hard because I'm watching them take people's, like, you're stupid. Like, you are the worst kind of
firearms. They should be carrying them to protect themselves, not to shoot citizens. Right? They were not under any threat with the unarmed man laying face down on the pavement. No, that was
angry.
That was gang shit. That was the gang shit.
Yeah, I do think that because there was recorded one or two of them clapping, so I do feel as though they do talk about it beforehand. Oh, I should play the conspiracy music, but I don't. I do think they talk about it beforehand about taking someone down. Thank you. I think that's inspiring before they go out there.
That was perfect.
Yeah,
it's a cover, and so we only have to pay mechanical royalties or something. Holy shit! All right, we're all a little worked up. Let's take this opportunity for well, we did a Java break. Let's do a jug break, shall we?
Oh.
You're watching Java and Jugs. Yes, the Java is coffee. Yes, the Jugs are, well, you're adults, you've noticed. We're stepping away for a quick bio break. That's right, hydration checks, caffeine refills, and the collective experience of trying to stand up gracefully when gravity has opinions. While we're gone, take a moment to appreciate the important things in life. Critical thinking, religious skepticism, and the miracle of supportive undergarments. When we're back, we'll be questioning gods, institutions, and anyone who thinks women can't talk politics without being distracting. Java and Jugs, brains up here, boobs also here, evidence everywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Well, hello.
Well,
welcome
I
back.
feel very supported. I hope all you do too. Do
Wink, wink,
just
nudge,
make great
nudge.
commercials.
I could cut glass right now. Somebody in the chat, I think, mentioned something about that memo, or maybe that's what I'm thinking they're discussing is the memo that was leaked.
Yeah,
That ICE doesn't need. Is that the one about the warrants? They don't need a judicially signed warrant to enter people's homes.
I don't know. I haven't seen that legal video yet. He's referencing a video from Devin about how ICE is trained to be unconstitutional, but I don't know the specifics because I haven't seen that yet either.
Yeah, there was a memo leak that said that they only need an administrative warrant to enter someone's house, which is complete and utter bullshit. They need a judicial warrant issued by a judge. So
okay, I thought
they're straight up telling their agents to break the law. Essentially.
Because they don't know the law, because they're fucking incompetent.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. Maryland also, I think it passed, if I remember correctly, but there is now a law in Maryland that says that you cannot be an officer in the state of Maryland if you've ever been an ICE agent. So there's at least that.
So if people aren't aware, I'm just going to read this paragraph really quick. An internal ICE memo from May 2025 directs agents to use force to enter residence with only an administrative warrant, which are signed by ICE officials. So it's basically just internal documents, and don't require a judge approval, according to a whistleblower complaint. And they do need a warrant signed by
authorizing
a judge.
Themselves to bypass the warrant from a judge.
Right. It's the Bible proving the Bible. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of logic happening there.
ICE investigated themselves and found they did nothing wrong, right? That's where we are.
Yeah, pretty much. And with this memo, they were also showing it to people, talking to them about what this memo meant, and then would not let them have a copy of it. So they were trying their damnedest to not let this get out. Got out anyway.
Yes. Now that tells you something, that there's a memo, but you can't have it in your hand. You can't have it sent to you. You can't have copies of it. You just have to look at it while people are watching you look at it.
This message will self-destruct in 15 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like we're watching Inspector Gadget or something. Inspector Dipshit, more likely.
Well, the Claw, his villain, was kind of inept too. Like, Inspector Gadget was completely clueless. He had the coolest things, but he never actually solved the issue. It was always Claw's plans imploded.
It was always Penny.
Penny was
the
goat.
Yeah.
She really was the goat. She was the one who was helping him, and he barely even knew it.
I'll get you next time.
Takes me back. I also wanted to, I had mentioned the support of continuing to put more money, and they already have the largest budget than most militaries, from what I hear.
And it was the BBB.
Yes.
Not the Better Business Bureau, the other.
What I hear the Democrats supporting it say is that, they need training, but we know that yes, we know they're not trained. We all can concur they are not trained, but that is intentional. They don't want them trained. They don't want them following the law. They want people who are willing to break the law. So giving them more money and just saying we're going to train them more is not doing it. It's still going to be harming us. We need to take money away from them.
Thankfully,
there's also other memos.
Yeah, thankfully, there's been quite a few Democrats who have come out that said there's no way in hell we're signing this, including Schumer, which, he is really late to the game on this. But if they prevent it from getting passed, then okay.
Well, he is good at writing letters and signing things, or not signing things, as the case may be. That's his one function.
Yeah, if he actually follows through and does what he says and does not vote for this bill and gets his people not to vote for it, then that's at least a small win. So
Yeah,
It's something.
he's like Mitch McConnell in it.
I'll take the win when we get them.
Right.
Yeah, I just feel like they're the ones who are putting up the fence around the Trump administration and protecting us from making the changes. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why liberals are so fucking frustrating. Like, it's aggravating when people are like, oh, liberals and leftists. Not the same thing. People who think liberals are leftists don't know what a fucking leftist is. And I can't blame you, because you lived in a country where it's just centrists and the right for generations. But the fucking liberals, they want to negotiate, they want to compromise, they want to talk things out while the bad guys have guns in the streets.
Bipartisan.
We need to write a letter and use our words. Bitch, they fucking sent a mob to the Capitol just a few years
When
ago.
they go low, we go high, don't you know?
No. The time for all that like kindness and turning the other cheek is, we have to stop that. That is over. Like, we can still be diplomatic, but damn, we need to put our dukes up.
Right. To be clear, like I said at the start of the show, this isn't an either or. This isn't a black and white situation where it's either strongly worded letter or open rebellion. Neither of those is going to get you what you want. They're both bad options. We need to be effective, not maximally rhetorical.
Actually, I think open rebellion is the only thing that's ever worked, but I'll shut up now.
Please don't.
I just want to get money out of politics. The lobbyists, the special interest groups, they have to go bye-byes.
Yeah.
I don't want to need to be on any more watch list, Kelly. I'm just telling you. But yeah,
Sally, that's inevitable, though.
The system is not broken. It's working exactly the way that Reagan intended it to. So
that part.
Break down government.
They restructured to make the government in the late 70s and early 80s to do exactly what it's doing now. What they did was they sucked all the capital out of the lower middle class. So even if we did want to rebel, we don't have the resources to do it. And they tied together the very, very rich to our government representatives, and they hold complete control over them because of the all power of the almighty dollar, and we are completely helpless against it. So we have money in politics. Yeah,
money is politics at the moment.
So you can have,
in a capitalist
I said
society.
it last night, and I'll say it again. You can democracy and capitalism cannot coexist in the same space, because if you can buy votes, then democracy is not working properly, right? Then the democracy's failed. If you're able to purchase votes, voting power, if you're lobbying is the failure of democracy. The ability to lobby for corporations to lobby the government with money, to lobby candidates with money.
Well, I mean, democracy's always been a facade in the country, really. It's only been democracy for some people. So, I mean, if we really keep it real, just like Christians, like it's just like a word they use to cover up the bullish.
Oh yeah, it's an always adapting scape, but it's one of those things where once it changes, it's always been that way. Like, the Republicans, the party of Lincoln, even though they opposed the Voting Rights Act, but never mind that. It's always wanting to take credit for things as they are now. And that's creationist thinking. It's how things are now is how they've always been. Never mind that they demonstrably were not. And as we see this sort of progress where we go from just the rich white men to all the white men to now the black men to now also the women, having the ability to vote, it gets. The reason we call the right reactionary is because they're reactionary. They're reacting to that sort of thing. There's elements within them who want to remove women's right to vote. They've talked about this publicly on stage at Turning Point, at CPAC, and so forth. And there's people who want to go even further back and remove black people's right to vote. And there's people who want to go even further back and literally just be an oligarchy, no votes at all. Just the rich people get to sit down, have dinner, and decide what's best for everyone.
That is a great example.
At the ballroom, the new ballroom.
The party switch is a great example. You will not find a Republican that's like, oh yeah, there was a party switch, and we were the pro-slave folks before. You'll never hear them acknowledge that. Or like the idea that in God we trust has always been there is our motto. We used to have a kick-ass motto. It was
E pluribus unum.
Yeah. And now we have the stupid Jesus-y one instead.
It's not even Jesus-y. It's bullshit Jesus-y. It's Jesus light. It's wish.com Jesusness. It's in God we trust. Which God? Well, that's up to you, friend. You know?
Well, that's intentional too. They can't say which God because, you know, then it's too obvious. But it's like we were talking about in a meeting I was in last night. Dog whistles. Yes, dog whistles, Henry. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if y'all hear him, but he's like, when I bring that up, really
got opinion.
He's like, I'm whistling.
He's susceptible to dog whistles too. They hurt his poor little ears. But that's funny to say that putting in God we trust was a Christo nationalist dog whistle in the 1950s, but it really was.
Yeah, it's I mean, in a way, that's the reactionary thing too, is we saw what communism was doing in the USSR, but we also saw the potential for what it could do in the United States. And the one time the reactionaries got ahead of the curve, instead of reacting, they acted preventatively. And they were like, no, we have to stop the potential for equality here in the US. Remember, the Red Scare was before the Civil Rights Movement. They were like, oh shit, equality. That's why they were able to brand the civil rights movement as communist. But notice, it's always the people who are like, Abraham Lincoln was a Republican, are standing there holding a Confederate flag while they say it. No consistency.
No.
I think that deliberate dishonesty, open dishonesty.
I think that's part of the Darvo stuff, is to, drive you crazy. Like the gaslighting will really just like, am I crazy? Am I the crazy one? And it's not. Their faith and their works do not line
at all.
They're out of tune.
A thing. John Darwin brings up the old saying, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's an old adage, but I have a better one. Power reveals. Power's corrosive, and it reveals what's really there. The fact that it seems to reveal so much corruption is because the people who seek power tend to be corrupt, but that's not always how it works. Every now and then you do get a leader with real integrity. The people who don't seek power, but due to circumstance, necessity, and their values have power thrust upon them. In their case, power reveals nobility and what humans are really capable of. It doesn't always corrupt, but it does always reveal. It's just that the people who lust for power are corrupt.
Ooh, mic drop.
So we shouldn't be giving power to any of these fuckers who run for office because they want power.
Yeah, that's all they care about. And money. I mean, Trump has made so much money since he's taken office. I can't remember, but more than he's ever made in the entirety of his life.
Billions.
He really does have a list of failed
potential multimillionaire to a multi-billionaire. Literally overnight on January 19th, when he did the first rug pull on his meme coin.
Yeah, and how many times has he played that game? How many times has his son Barron now played that game? And Kushner and Junior. Over and over, they keep playing these games with crypto, with the market. I don't know how people keep
they're taking advantage of the wishful thinking of their brainwashed dupes. Whom another facet of what Reagan put in place, well, Reagan didn't put it in place, but he kind of made it an institutional goal of defunding and destabilizing public education. That had been a thing that had been going since the 60s, since segregation. There was that move towards private charter schools so that the little white kids didn't have to go to school with Ruby Bridges. But Reagan like made it part of the corporate machine of the Republican Party to strip out the integrity of the public school system and to continue to compound on that, so that we've reached the point now where a majority of American adults are functionally illiterate. We're talking reading at the 5th grade level or below. A third of adults are completely illiterate. In a first world country, in a country that used to be the leader of the free world. What the absolute fuck? That only happens when it's on purpose, when it's done with intention, the intention of making people stupid and uneducated. Because as we know, the current Reichmeister, shall we say, loves the poorly educated.
Yeah, like he said to himself.
Bring back what you were saying, it's like they started when my kids was in school. They had the No Kid Left Behind. I don't know what's going on now, and so they only targeted the black schools. They were the ones that had to be state mandated and had the state take over. Where the black, I know especially in Michigan, I don't know about anywhere else, but Michigan, the black majority cities is what the ones that they took over.
No
they
Child Left Behind.
Federal oversight.
We need to improve education, but look at where we are. What did it
do?
Worse. Actually,
they actually left people behind.
Well, we knew back then. My kids were very small when that was first passed, so I got to watch the effects of them institutionalizing those policies as my kids went through grade school, and effectively, it meant no child gets ahead, because every child in the class had to move at the same speed. And that was by design, of course. It was to stifle the potential of what used to be called the gifted kids. Instead of letting those kids learn ahead of everyone else so that they could grow up to be doctors and engineers who invented cool shit, we held them back to the level of the slowest reader so that, we couldn't prevent them from reading Lord of the Rings or Stephen King while they were in middle school, but we wouldn't enable them to experience an academic curriculum that would help them get into, say, pre-calculus before college, No getting ahead, not in these United States.
And now sciences are being defunded, as well as so many other... Go ahead, Lilith.
I was going to say, because I had homeschooled my youngest for about a year and a half. And when he went back to public school, he was like, I'm bored as hell because I know all this stuff already. And it was just like, and I'm like, yeah, how do you know all this? He's like, I learned it last year. And it was just like, it was absurd because I was just like, because I was trying to teach him essentially what they were learning in school. And I would throw other stuff in there that I thought he needed to know. But even what I was teaching was so much more advanced than the other stuff. It was crazy.
And the classes, too, are also just bloated. I really do not like how large some of the classrooms are. I guess at times they get to a point.
No Child Left Behind when we're not paying the fucking teachers still.
Exactly.
And that.
And they got to buy the supplies for all the kids.
And that. Yes. It's like that. They pile on teachers, and teachers just can't do enough. And I mean, I'm not saying every teacher is perfect, but it's like the expectation is absolutely wild. And now they're being forced to follow, I guess, schedules, or, probably read from books that they know aren't legit, but this is what's being financed now. And schools will get money and benefits for taking Blue Bonnet and Pro and just absolute bullcrap nonsense education, just not real. So it's only going to get worse.
Well, they've got most of the things they want, right? Like they removed propaganda class, they removed civics class, they removed comparative theology and everything that contained critical thinking. Like they have what they want. They've got people who just believe what they're told and don't know how to read, Yeah,
we really need to invest in our kids. I just, it's horrible that we want to take food from them. we want to take programs from them. It's as if we can't, I mean, we don't even want them to go to school safely, you know? It's like we are intentionally cruel as parents and as a society to our children. They are just silent. They have no voice.
I know personally with me, I have 5 children, and my oldest 4 relatively honor rolls and all this kind of stuff, and they whatever. Now my youngest are totally different. They had a hard time, and I wish that I had the capability of putting them and homeschooling them.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
but since I worked so much and a single mother, it was so hard for me to do all this.
Yeah, I mean,
so they fell through the cracks.
Yeah, I mean, when I did it, I was lucky enough that my job allowed me to do that. That I also have the education background that I could do it. I come from a family of teachers. 2, I have been teaching for several years, so I at least kind of had an idea. And the other thing is because it was just like we had so many issues with the schools here. My youngest was diagnosed with severe ADHD when he was like 6. Like, I mean, I've had 2 or 3 doctors say he's probably one of the most severe cases I've ever seen. And we were told over and over and over that we were going to get help from the school with behavioral therapy and stuff for him to help him cope with the ADHD better. They never did jack. And it got to the point that something happened with a teacher, and we said, okay, like, we don't want him in this class anymore. And they're like, nah, tough shit. He's gonna be in this class, even though this teacher is doing all this horrific stuff to him. And we were basically like, well, fuck you, then we're done. And we yanked him out of school that day. And it took about a year and a half to get him into another school, because where I live, there's only 3 school districts within like a drivable distance. Luckily, the one that he actually ended up graduating from was like, yeah, sure, we'll take him. But it was still a 20-minute drive, which is really far for here. And it was just like the school itself wouldn't even help us with that. And it's just like
there's not enough advocacy for children, especially children who have, whatever type of issues they need more help or whatever, have IEPs. It's unfortunate that it's all about pushing forward this, generation of, well, this is what's acceptable. And if you don't fit in this, well, now we're going to just start, I'm sorry to say it, we're going to start having insane asylums, because I feel like that's what Trump is pushing. And anybody who doesn't fit in that kind of square box is going to say, oh, well, they have issues, so they need to go here and be silenced and not seen by society because it's just too ugly for us. And we don't want to admit that, other people exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of all the things, the concentration camps, women being hysterical, or anybody being any kind of diverse. We just need to just whitewash it all off the map, as it were.
Sanitize
alarm. I need to go set up for the next show. Join me over in Better Than Ember. We're doing more Egyptian technology today. Hopefully a special guest will be joining us, but I don't actually know. But either way, it'll be fun. Every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Join me over there. But subscribe to everybody else too. And I'm going to go get that ready. The rest of you, if I don't see you, first of all, why? But also have a lovely week. And remember to join us again for the next Java.
I will be there.
Bye, Ember. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, thank you, Scott. I don't know who's that to, where that's from, because I can't tell here, but we all thank you. Do any of you have a closing thought? Anything in regards to Trump talk going out, what have you, before we close out?
I know I know Trump talked out on Greenland. Don't think that takes military intervention off the table, though. If he's like, we're not going to do it, he could just as easily change his mind. I, I honestly I don't know what he's gonna do with it, but I would not be shocked if he needs a distraction, decides screw it, we're invading Greenland. Like he could
Yeah, I
very
don't take it off
easily
the
do that.
table.
Yeah, don't think it's
know.
taken off the table yet. It might
It's
be off
supposed
the
to.
table for now.
It's supposed to soften what we saw his regime do in Venezuela. To show
Yeah.
he's supposed to, it's like now that doesn't look so bad since he backed off the Greenland thing.
Yeah.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling
so,
with ICE and the shit that they're doing, that the more that gets in the papers, because I've seen, and here's the thing, I've seen it from conservatives, and I mean like never Trump Republicans or people who were MAGA but aren't now, but they're still possibly conservative on like economic and gun rights issues and that kind of stuff. Not human rights stuff, that's a totally different thing. But like on politics and opinions and crap, they might be more conservative. I haven't seen a single person backing Trump on this. Somebody in my family who is a massive gun nut and who was all MAGA up until about a year ago or so is just like, no, this is not okay. He was legally carrying. So this is another thing that's kind of a nail in the coffin of MAGA. Is this is another thing that they're splitting up over, is because there's some that are so pro-gun that this is like, no, he had every right to carry it, X, Y, and Z. And so it's just one of those things that it's fracturing even more than it was before, and it's going to continue to fracture until there's just little teeny icebergs everywhere.
I mean, the one thing that I have to say is that we're seeing people, innocent people, getting gunned down by ICE, but we're not even looking at whether or not these people are illegal or not that they're snatching up. We're looking at the situation of how they're being treated once they get into these concentration camps, I'm going to call them. That's all they are.
They are.
And we don't be careful. This might be Germany, 1930s.
I do think we should take that seriously. I do feel we should take it that seriously, because this is just the beginning. So
it really
for
is.
me, as I said before, I don't need them to be holding hands like with the Nazi flag and the swastika to say, oh, there they are. Now I see that they're the same party. I just see their behavior and can tell that they're using the same playbook. And part of that playbook is the fact that the market sucks, the wages suck, housing markets suck. Nobody can afford housing. They keep saying we need to build more housing. No, we don't need to build more housing. We need to fix up houses that we have. Thank you very much. The dilapidated ones that only were dilapidated because nobody took care of. There's, I'm sure, a family who would have loved to live in there and take care of it for an affordable rate. The fact that he won't even let us know what the jobs are. He fires the person and then he wants to go after the person who handles like inflation. And it's like, it's one after another that just proves to me that this is baked in goodness. This is all part of the plan. And they want us dumb. They want us willing to do anything for money because it's all we have, or, to take a job like ICE because that's paying 200 G's. And instead of working somewhere else hard for your money, breaking your back for $15 an hour.
They wouldn't like me being an ICE agent. I'd be like, go run, get out of here.
Right. Tripping people. Ooh,
I don't even know where they went. I'm
sorry,
trying
buddy.
to chase them.
Can I do that? Well, okay. So that's my last thought. Basically, I can tell that this is what he wants. He plays like, oh no, everything's great. My numbers are great. They're just telling you he knows everything's bad. He don't care. He wants it to be bad. He wants it to be worse. He hopes it gets worse and he can continue to fool the base and the rest of the people. Bree, do you have anything, final words and anything to shill before we go?
I need everybody just to take care of themselves. But I mean, at this point, if you're going out in public, just be vigilant of what's going on around you, because at least if you're in the U.S., things are getting kind of scary.
Yeah.
So I love you all. I hope you're all safe.
Love you too.
So much for coming this morning.
Love you too, Bree. Thank you, hon. Yes,
We
please,
love
everybody,
you.
take care of your mental health. Don't stop fighting, but like take a break if you need to. Don't let them drive you crazy. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Kelly, did you give us your final word and any shilling? I'm sorry.
I thought I did.
Did
My
you?
mind's
Yeah.
the last. See, the mind's the first to go.
I know. I'm
said a
like,
few
wait, I don't.
words.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
there's nothing. I mean, I was just saying that if we don't be careful, it's gonna be Germany 1930s.
right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, with that in mind, everybody, thank you for being here with
Subscribe
us.
to everybody.
Yes.
If
make
you want to
sure
see,
subscribed.
if you want to see a political breakdown of the news in the past week on Thursdays, either at my channel, Lil of All Trades, or on the Kentucky Atheists, we do politicality for 2 hours. So that's the weekly political show me and Joe co-hosted. So
It
Yes,
kinda went a
please make
little
sure you're
over
subscribed. It's really
last
good.
week. I won't say nothing about that.
oh hush. There was
Jason.
a lot.
I know.
There was a lot.
I'm messing with you, of course.
Jason looks like an ICE agent. You better be careful out there, Jason. Just saying. Just kidding.
Man, they had a picture of this nice looking guy. I was like, oh, he's nice looking. Then I looked at the ICE uniform and I said, dang.
I do have a video coming out tonight. I have some other long format videos that I put out like over the past week or two. A lot of it's like Erica Kirk type stuff, doing research into that. The accusations against the pastor that she is doing this Make Heaven Crowded tour are some of the most deeply disturbing things I've read in my entire life. And I'm serious. And that's saying a lot. Like I was like gagging. It was so gross. So it's stuff that should not be ignored by Miss Erica Kirk. So that's what that's about. But please, not for the weak of stomach or anything like that. And please stay tuned for Ember coming up next. Thank you all for being here. We love you so much. Thank you for the support, Scott Graddon, and anybody else who supported us. If I missed it, I apologize. And we will see.
Oh, Ryan, did you see Erica Quirk, by the way, the drag queen?
No, but Erica Quirk, I will look that. Oh, wait, the one who did the eyes.
Yes.
Oh my God, stop. She did so perfect. It was so I watched that like 3 times because I was like, oh, how'd she pop those eyes like that? Crazy. All right. Love you guys. Bye.